Okay, got it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So always remember, we sing only on this on the appearance of Srimati Radharani as well as on the Kartik. Okay? Let's take start. So do Sakata here. Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chindamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chindamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara Many jewel palaces and temples. Many regal swans play in the waters of the Yamuna. In those waters, a splendid golden lotus flowers grows. Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chindamani Dhama Ratana Mandira gopis resides. In the center, Lord Shyamasundara and beautiful Srimati Radharani sit on a jewel throne. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chindamani Dhama Randana Mandira
Says, I pray that these blissful internal transcendental pastimes of the divine couple may be always manifested in my heart. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chindamani Dhama Randana Mandira Varuna
Shri Shri Gauranitai ki jai, Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande. Hari Bol. So thank you again for joining this very auspicious, wonderful Sangha of the devotees. Here we come here to not anything else, just to be with the Lord. This is a great fortune and great opportunity. So be there, you are here in the midst of the association of the Lord. All these wonderful kirtans, bhajans, and the glories of the Lord, the chanting of the Lord, the katha, the glories of the Lord. All the Lord is always there. It's not that only Lord comes to here. There is a temple in Kerala, it's called Kottiyur. So there was a devotee called Pundanam. Pundanam went there, so it's called Bhagavata Saptah. So he was reading every day a beautiful section of Rukmini Swayamvaram. The Rukmini Swayamvara Katha, Pundanam in front of the Lord Shiva. Is the Kottiyur temple, is the Shiva temple. Go there and recite beautifully and narrate, and it's Bhagavad Katha. It's not that everybody comes come and listen in such a way that such a beautiful, because of hearing Bhagavata means associating with the Lord. Chanting holy name, associating with the Lord. So everybody comes. You know that in Naimisharanya, when Sudha Goswami was present in the assembly of Sukadeva Goswami, when Sukadeva Goswami was discussing this with Parishit Maharaj. And when Parishit Maharaj here heard from Sukadeva Goswami, as soon as Sukadeva Goswami appeared there are so many wonderful devotees, we don't know from where they all came, even Brahma came. When Shiva came to listen, to hear this Bhagavad Katha. Everybody comes. All the great souls comes when the Bhagavad Katha is there, because of it's very rare to have because of the Lord is non-different from his name, his qualities, his pastimes. Lord is non-different from it. So when Sudha Goswami came back to Naimisharanya, millions of the sages were assembled. As soon as they heard that the Sudha Goswami is going to speak on the glories of the Supreme Lord. So similarly everywhere, it's not only that we all assemble here are there to hear. No. So then this temple, Pundanam was reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Shiva and Parvati was listening so attentively. So then it's over. Pundanam put a mark that where it sends, and this was Rukmini Swayamvara, and how Krishna is, marrying Mother Rukmini, and Mother Rukmini is sending the message to Krishna, Krishna is coming, and then Krishna was taking away Mother Rukmini. So this was the beautiful section. And Pundanam was narrating in such a way that it's every time you want to hear more and more. Just that one. So Pundanam put a mark close to Bhagavatam, and that's a Bhagavatam Saptah actually happens. You put a mark, you put the puja, arati to the Bhagavad, then you go and come back, and there is until sunset you read the Bhagavatam. And then I used to go and read like that. So you put that Bhagavatam. So then Pundanam goes. So these 7 days it was going on like that. But next day Pundanam came to read Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was reading. So he read that part again, the Rukmini Swayamvara. And he thought, okay, this may be I think he was a bit old. Okay, this was the Rukmini Swayamvara was reading. So he read again. So third day came, he put the mark. Third day came, this was not so far ago. So then he put the mark on the same Rukmini Swayamvara, and he also started to read on the third day. Same topic. And he thought, oh, something is wrong. What is happening here? He thought, okay, maybe, somebody must have changed or something like that. Then fourth day came. He was reading the same. So he was reading the same topic, the Rukmini Swayamvara. So then he thought, what is going on? What is happening? So then he put it, and then it was already sunset, and he had his prasadam, and then he just came out, and also pujaris also closed the temple by that time. And then immediately Pundana remembered that I forgot my, not Bhagavatam, I forgot my, my glass or something, glass, some dhoti or something like that. So it was closed, the door was closed. So as soon as Pundanam came back, he saw somebody was speaking inside. He saw that nobody was there. Somebody was speaking inside. They were making some arguments. So they were making some arguments. And Pundanam just put it there and just stayed there, wait there, and a little space, he was just peeping through that little space there. This was there. Lord Shiva and Parvati was arguing. Mother Parvati was saying that I never heard such a beautiful narration, such a beautiful descriptions and beautiful recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam from anybody else. So Lord Shiva was saying that, okay, then Mother Parvati was going again and putting back again that the mark. And Mother Parvati wanted to hear more and more. Read again and again. This was happening every day. Pundanam understood and Pundanam just slept, just left, just like that. So everybody is there when, the Srimad Bhagavatam or the Lord when Lord is present. So that's exactly also happened when Bhishma Dev, this is Bhishma Panchak. Bhishma Panchak or Bhishma Dev was waiting for the Lord. You know that in the Kurukshetra battlefield. So I was trying to say, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, then Bhishma Dev fall down with the bed of arrows. You know that almost like on the 10th or 11th day. So you know that then Bhishma Dev was completely meditating upon the Supreme Lord. Completely meditating upon the Supreme Lord. The Lord understood this and the war is over. And then Bhishma Dev was waiting. Bhishma Dev had this boon that Ichha Mrityu. Ichha Mrityu means that the boon from the Lord. And when he took that Bhishma Shabad, that's why he got name called Bhishma. His name originally was Devavrata. And the son of who? Son of who?
Shantanu.
Son of Mother Ganges and Shantanu. And who was actually originally Bhishma Dev?
He was a Vasu.
Vasu. Eighth Vasu, Ashta Vasu. And there was a curse by Vasishta that they were all there wandering in the forest in the arena of Vasishta Maharshi. There was a cow and they stole the cow. And the one Vasu was, leading that. And then they stole, and that was actually this Bhishma Dev. So who are Vasus then? Who are Vasus? Yes, but what is their responsibility? What they do?
The Surya, sun to do with sun, right? Are they not one of the?
No, sun is not a Vasu. Aditya, sun is Aditya. That's the term. So Vasus are actually like for Agni. Agni is a Vasu, right? Vayu is a Vasu. There is Ashta Vasus. So primarily, so their main function is to control. They have to provide everything in this world. The Vasus. So they are very powerful. So Vasishta cursed, and then they, that all these wonderful pastimes of. So then Bhishma had to stay back. All the other children, Mother Ganges took away, along with the Mother Ganges. This was the last one, and then Shantanu stopped. And then Mother Ganges, that was the promise made to Mother, Ganges, that Shantanu. That as soon as you stop me, I will leave. So then Bhishma had to stay back in this world. How many years Bhishma Dev was there on the planet Earth? How many years?
200 plus.
500.
No, 400 plus, 450 almost. That was the, Bhishma Dev was there on the planet. Because of Bhishma Dev had that, Ichha Mrityu, that whenever, so this was also given by Brahma, that when he took this vow, that I will be lifelong, I will be Naishtika Brahmachari, I will not get married. So he took that, that's why the word came in the ether. Bhishma means very strong and powerful. That's the name of Bhishma. So that's why he became so. And then he was, continuing with that. So then, we know that then Bhishma was, of course, he took also a vow that I would protect Hastinapura. That's why he had to fight within the side of Duryodhana. He had to protect Hastinapura no matter what. It was his vow, Bhishma Dev's vow. Another vow was that he will never get married. So the Lord's gods pleased and then gave this boon that, okay, whenever you would like to die, then you can die. Till that time you can be here on this world. So then we know that then it was also the plan of Krishna, and Arjuna was on the other side on the chariot. Krishna was protecting Arjuna. And so that we know that when the glories of Krishna is immense in such a way that how he protects his devotees, no matter what. We know that when Arjuna and Duryodhana came to Krishna to seek the help in the battlefield, who came first? Duryodhana. No. Arjuna came first. When Arjuna came, what happened? Krishna was just in his transcendental sleep. He was pretty, we can say that. Arjuna was such, this is the quality of a devotee. Okay, this everything is a learning for us. This quality of a devotee. Arjuna came and saw that Krishna is sleeping. What did Arjuna did? Arjuna just sat at the lotus feet and just massaging very softly on the lotus feet of Krishna. Very softly. So then Duryodhana came. Right? So Duryodhana came, and then Duryodhana was not even at the feet. So Duryodhana had this pride and ego. I am the prince, so that I should not be at the feet of the Lord or anybody. This is the ego comes. I should not serve anybody, should not do anybody, I will not do anything. I am so and so, so why should I do it? This is the ego and the pride which came, And Duryodhana was like that. Duryodhana immediately went and stood on the side of, the head side of this, Krishna. He said, "Oh, I am should be part of the top, the head side of it." Then Krishna knew. Krishna always, Krishna knows what is happening. Krishna is Antaryami. He is in the heart of everyone. He knows what is happening. So then, Duryodhana came and immediately Krishna opened his eyes and saw Arjuna. So Duryodhana, I am also here, just wait. So I have a request for you. Then Krishna said, I also saw Arjuna, you both are here, what is happening? So Krishna said, okay, I saw Arjuna first. So then Arjuna has the right to ask this question, ask me whatever, because of Arjuna, I saw Arjuna first. That is his right. So then Arjuna, because of his Krishna is mentioned, then Lord mentioned, once devotees mention, spiritual master mentions, we don't deny that. We don't deny anything. We just do it, we will fulfill it. So everything is a learning. So then Arjuna just requested, Arjuna, that Lord, I came here to request you that you should be with our side. Krishna promised, yes, I would be with you. So this time Duryodhana was thinking, Duryodhana came to ask
the entire Sena, Narayani Sena, I mean, nobody can defeat Narayani Sena. Nobody can defeat the warriors of Krishna. It's called Narayani Sena. Nobody can defeat. So then Duryodhana was laughing inside, smiling inside. What a fool Arjuna is. What a fool Arjuna is. See, Krishna, that entire army is so powerful. So Duryodhana was seeing Krishna as an ordinary person. But on the other hand, Arjuna, the devotee, the Pandavas, the Yudhishthira, they were all seeing Krishna as their master and the Lord. And their master and the Lord. So Arjuna didn't think anything else. So this is devotee. They don't need anything else. All they need, if the Lord is there in their heart, then everything else is, void. Everything else is, no use of it. If the Lord is in their heart, Lord is there with you, what else is you needed? Everything belongs to everything. Lord has everything. So that's what is we need. So Arjuna, then Krishna promised, I'll be with you. So then Duryodhana also mentioned, okay, now what is left? Okay, oh Lord, I also came here to ask your help. You should be with us. So then Krishna said, I already promised Arjuna that I'll be with. So but Duryodhana was thinking that, okay, now if I have the Narayani Sena, this is a very powerful Sena, then undefeatable. Then Kaurava's victory is, guaranteed. So this was the case. So the point I was trying to make, so Krishna was there. So then Krishna took a promise and to Duryodhana that I will not take any weapon in the battlefield. So I will not take any weapon in the battlefield. That was an assurance gave to Duryodhana. And then we know that the battle started and everything was arranged. And then this time, Duryodhana was pressurizing Bhishma Dev and came and told to Bhishma Dev that we can imagine that how Duryodhana was behaving very badly to Bhishma Dev. Because Bhishma Dev is known as Pidamah. Pidamah, the great grandfather, grandsire. So after war is going on, Arjuna and the Pandavas were kind of killing almost everybody, almost every 10. Kauravas, out of this 110 Kauravas were killing every day. The Pandavas were killing 10 Kauravas every day. And it was going on. So Duryodhana becomes so upset and agitated and came to Bhishma Dev and said that, Pidamah, you are not fighting for us. You are eating in our plate. This is the word Duryodhana used. You are eating in our plate and then you are not showing and you are not liable. So Bhishma Dev, this hard words and the hard words hit in the heart of Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev decided, I will fight. I'll fight in such a way that I will show that tomorrow, before that sunset, I would kill Arjuna. Because of Arjuna was the most, the warrior and nobody can defeat Arjuna. But Bhishma Dev promised to Duryodhana that I would kill Arjuna tomorrow. And Bhishma Dev then started to fights in the morning and loads of exchanges of arrows. And now Bhishma Dev, nobody can defeat Bhishma Dev. Because Bhishma Dev is the disciple of who? Parshuram. Parshuram taught this to Bhishma Dev. Lot of celestial weapons, divine weapons. And this is the time Krishna saw that Bhishma Dev is now going to harm Arjuna. Arjuna is going to die today. So I have to intervene. So Krishna intervened in such a way that Krishna also, and also this time Bhishma Dev was also looking at Krishna. And in the battlefield there are a lot of dust, right? Everything comes on the hair and the body and the dust. Krishna was always that, the effulgence always there with the Krishna. It's like thousands of suns, it already risen. And that was the case of Krishna whenever Krishna is there. And when that one, along with this, all the dust around Krishna is seeing so beautifully, so beautiful. And also, even most of the arrows, even Krishna's on the body of Krishna, it was hitting. And Krishna was absorbing it and hitting on the body of the Bhishma Dev. And also blood was also oozing. So there is a reddish color, and this light so beautiful that form. We'll get into that in a bit. So then what Krishna did, and seeing this, Krishna just jumped on, and this is the time Bhishma Dev put an arrow, and Arjuna's chariot wheel is completely broken, and chariot is actually falling in the ground. And this is the time Bhishma Dev took an arrow to shoot Arjuna. This time immediately Krishna took the wheel of the chariot and charged to Bhishma Dev. Took the wheel of we can see that the beautiful form that Krishna take the wheel and charging to Bhishma Dev. And then what Bhishma Dev said, Bhishma Dev would smiled at Krishna. I was waiting for this moment. I know that you would do this for the devotees. I was waiting for this moment. You would do this for devotees. You would do anything for the devotees, and you would even break your promise. Even Arjuna was reminding Krishna. Arjuna was telling to Bhishma Dev, I don't want you to break this promise, O Lord. But Krishna was not listening. Krishna broke that promise and took the wheel and charged to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev said, okay, please come on, Krishna. I was waiting for this moment. I want to die from your hand. This is the time Krishna told to Arjuna that shoot the arrow. This is the time. So that Arjuna shoot the arrow, then Bhishma Dev, it hit on the heart of Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev fall down. So immediately when Bhishma Dev was fallen down, so his grandsire and Arjuna also came down, everybody came down, it's almost halted this war. Arjuna was paying the obeisances, and now Bhishma Dev was on the arrow, which hitting on the ground and is pierced through the heart. So Arjuna immediately shot the arrows and made a bed of arrows for Bhishma Dev and offering as a respect to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev was lying down on this battlefield. So this Bhishma Panchak, and then war is over, and then Bhishma Dev was waiting for it. And Bhishma Dev had this desire that Lord, I should be see the Lord, I should meditate on the Lord. And Bhishma Dev was very much all the time meditating on the Supreme Lord. The Lord knew this. And war is over. Then Yudhishthira became the king, emperor of the entire. But Yudhishthira was not happy because he had to kill these kinsmen and all the relatives. So then Krishna was also thinking, and Bhishma Dev is there, my devotee is there. So seeing this heart of Bhishma Dev, Krishna and Arjuna, Yudhishthira Maharaj, everybody came to see the Bhishma Dev in the battlefield. Everybody came to see in the battlefield. So as soon as Krishna came, and Bhishma Dev was so grateful and smiling at the Lord. And seeing this, Krishna is going to see Bhishma Dev. Almost a very great personalities, the Lord of great personalities, all the sages, rishis, even Brahmadev came there to see this moment. And that's where we could see that in the Bhagavatam, first canto, 9th chapter, the 32nd verse onwards, Bhishma Dev is offering a beautiful praise for Lord Sri Krishna. There is Vasishtha was there. There is all the sages, Asita, Vyasa, Narada Dev, everybody came. As soon as they came to know that Krishna is going to Bhishma Dev, and Bhishma Dev is also going to speak on, the glories of Krishna. And then it was everybody, pretty much everybody. Parshuram was there, Vasishtha was there, Brahma was there, and there are a lot of names who are mentioning also here in this first canto, 9th chapter. It's mentioned that, all the sages like Parvada Muni, Narada, Dhaumya, Vyasa, Bhadrasova, Bhadravada, Parashurama, and disciples of Vasishtha, Indrapramada, Tirtha, Grisamada, Asida, Kaksivan, Gautama, Atri, Kaushiga, and Sudarshana. See, can you imagine that? There are lots of, and many others like Sukadev Goswami, other purified Lord like Kashyapa and Angirasa. They are the Saptarashis. And others all accompanied their respective disciples. There's a big gathering here. So devotees, this is what that we have to learn this. Wherever and whenever there is a glories of Krishna, we have to go there because this is a rare opportunity to have that such association of this Bhagavad Gita. Then, as soon as then Yudhishthira Maharaj came forward and Krishna also came, and where Krishna stood? At the feet of Bhishma Dev. At the feet of Bhishma Dev. And then Bhishma Dev looked at Krishna and asked if that completely satisfied. Now Bhishma Dev was waiting for this, and Bhishma Dev decided that now I can leave. And this was then Yudhishthira Maharaj came forward. Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question to Bhishma Dev. Oh grandsire, people are suffering in this world. What is the remedy for this? How they can attain the Lord? How they can come out of this? And Bhishma Dev was saying, Yasya smarana matrena. Then Bhishma Dev started to address. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyade namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Yes, this was the Vishnu Sahasranam. And all on, Bhishma Dev was just started to glorify the Supreme Lord. And Vishnu Dev was saying that Asya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat. Just if you just remember that Supreme Personality of Godhead, you will be relieved from all this bondage of this material world. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyade vimuchyade namastasmai. Vimuchyada means that we can liberate, one can get the liberation. Vimuchyade namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. That if you meditate on that Supreme Lord Krishna, the Vishnu, no difference, okay? Don't distinguish Vishnu and Krishna all same. But different functions in different times. That's all. Vishnave, Prabha Vishnave. And then glorifying, Bhishma Dev, the Supreme Lord. Sachanga Chakram, Sagrida Kundalam, Sabida Vastram, Sarasiru Geshanam, Sagara Bhatshastala Shobi Gaustubasriyam, Namami Vishnum, Shirasa Chaturbhujam. Shandakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrishyam Meghavarnam Shubhandam Lakshmi Kandam Kamalanayanam Yogividhyanagamyam Mande Vishnum Bhavaigaram Sarvalokaikanatham. Vishnu Dev was glorifying. It says that just remembering that one can liberate himself from all this material bondage. And started to glorify the Lord. 54 days, can you imagine that? 54 days Bhishma Dev was glorifying the Lord, Supreme Lord. 54 days. Oh Lord, you are the Vishwas, you are this entire universe, and their cosmic creation has come from. Vishnave Namaha, Jishnave Namaha, Om Vishwasme Namaha, Vashatkara, Adi Buddha, Adi original personality, you are Purusha, Param Purusha. You are everything that each, and that's with this, the Bhishma Dev that glorifying, that came as Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam. Bhishma Stuti is separate. That Bhishma Stuti was, we are going to take this today. First was this glorifying the Lord, Supreme Lord. So now Bhishma Dev said to Lord, now I can leave, oh Lord. Just before leaving the Lord, before leaving this body, Bhishma Dev started to glorify the Supreme Lord. That's what is in the first canto and chapter. That 32 to 11 verses is known as the Bhishma Stuti. So we'll go through in quickly. I think we don't want to take too much time. And Sri, if you can repeat after me, this way is good. Sri Bhishma Uvacha Idi Madhur Upakalpida Vidrishna Idi Madhur Upakalpida Vidrishna Bhagavati Satvada Pungave Bhubomni So Sugam Upagade Khojit Vihatam Prakrtim Upeshi Yad Bhava Pravida Prabhavaha Bhishma was saying, Bhishma Dev said, seeing the Supreme Lord just before leaving this body, let me now invest my thinking, feeling and willing, which was so long engaged in different subjects and occupational duties, in the all-powerful Lord Sri Krishna. He is always self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world, although from him only the material world is created. So Bhishma Dev was glorifying the Supreme Lord. Let me now invest my thinking, feeling and willing. I was mentioning in the last time also. This is the function of the mind. 1932. This is the function of the mind. What is that? Thinking, feeling and willing. Is always distracted. So this materialist, those are always thinking of this one and think about, okay, how can I enjoy in this world? Thinking and feeling the experience and then willing, then they act accordingly. And with this, all these activities. So, Bhishma Dev was saying that, now let me focus everything. As it says that, now let me focus everything, my thinking, feeling and willing, everything to you, Krishna. So Acharya said that also it's mentioned that Srila Prabhupada says that one has to leave this body same as how Bhishma Dev left this world. So we have to have our thinking, feeling and willing, everything surrendered to Krishna. With that feeling, with that vision of the Lord. Nothing else. I know that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was passing this. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was contracted with the cancer. He was with blood cancer. It was so painful. So painful. Maharaj wrote a book, the Brothers series. Maharaj was saying that in that book, how painful it is, like thousands of pins pricking at the same time. Can you imagine? Still in that condition, Bhaktitirtha Maharaj was completely absorbed in the Lord. And Maharaj, then also Radhanath Maharaj was also nearby and chanting and the devotees. And even just before even dying, Bhaktitirtha Maharaj was also giving lecture. So very peaceful and completely dedicated, completely focused. So dear devotees, this is the function, this is the benefit, and then we practice this. Otherwise it's not possible. So you have to practice our thinking, feeling and willing at the lotus feet of the Lord. So Bhishma Dev was saying that all this time it was distracted in so many other subjects. But let me put my body, mind and words, everything at the lotus feet of Krishna. Then the next two words, Bhishma Dev was saying that Tribhuvana Kamamam Tamala Varnam Devikara Gauravara Ambaram Dhadane Babur Alka Kulavrudanabjam Vinaya Vijaya Sakhi Ratra Astume Anyava Anavadhyam. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, Sri Krishna, which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with the paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive results. So at this time of death, at the time of passing this body, that one should have this kinds of understanding. Nothing else. And dear devotees, we know that in Srimad Bhagavatam, Parishit Maharaj knew that he is going to die in 7 days. What did Parishit Maharaj did? Completely dedicated. And Parishit Maharaj completely fasting and didn't even take water. Not even drinking, not even eating. Completely surrendered to Krishna and heard. And just by hearing that attentively, Parishit Maharaj attained the Supreme Lord. Even just by reciting that Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami also attained the Supreme Lord. So we have to be very attentive in the devotional service. Very attentive. This is our great fortune because we don't know when we are going to. So Parishit Maharaj had 7 days. Do we have any guarantee that 7 days we'll have? Or 7 minutes we have? You know that the story of Maharaj Katwanga. Maharaj Katunga went to heaven to help Indradev. And battle went on for so many years. Finally the victory was with Indra and they won. Indra was so pleased and asked Katunga Maharaj, you can ask me a boon. So, but Katunga Maharaj was so immersed in the battle, in the war, and didn't think anything else. It was quite a long time. And Katunga Maharaj asked Indradev, so, oh Lord, may I know that how long I am going to live in this world? This is the time Indra said, you have only few moments. You have only few moments left. You are going to die. So, but as soon as Katunga Maharaj knew that you are going to live here in this world for few moments, Katunga Maharaj sat down right there and started to meditate on the Lord and completely and attain the Supreme in that few moments. So, but we don't know when we are going to, but at least we can assume that, okay, we'll be here for some time. So we should always, like this, meditate on the Supreme Lord. That's what is this Kartik is giving us, this opportunity. It's not that, okay, Kartik is tomorrow, oh my God, tomorrow Kartik is ending, done. Kartik is done, oh my God, Kartik is done, now I can do anything I want. Right? Anything I want, I can do. Oh my God, I was waiting for this to be finished. I can do this, I have already a list. Right? As soon as Kartik ends, what I am going to do? I already have a list of things to do. So no, Kartik is just for a preparation to continue this our sadhana, our steadiness in the devotion. So like this, whatever Bhishma Dev was saying, that let me focus on you, I don't want anything else. So like this, Bhishma Dev was glorifying the Supreme Lord and completely determined and dedicated. That's what Srila Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction. Ulsaha nishchaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat. Right? Sangatyaga sadovurti sadbudish bhakti pranakshyati. 6 ways that one can attain this bhakti when you have ulsaha, nishchaya, dhairya. Ulsaha means enthusiasm. Nishchaya, determination. And then patience, dhairya. Ulsaha, nishchaya, dhairya, tatat karma pravartana. Engage in the loving devotional service. Sangatyaga, sadovruti. And avoid all this unwanted association. Sadovruti. That means follow the footsteps of the devotees. Then sadvidhi bhaktir pranakshyati. One can attain this bhakti when you do that. So similarly here Bhishma Dev completely now understood that I am going to live, and then Bhishma Dev was completely dedicated to the Supreme Lord. Yudhi turagarajo vidurma viswa kajalalit lulitas sramavari alamgrishyate mama nishida sharir vibudhyamna toji vilasat koche astu krishnatma. On the battlefield where Sri Krishna attended Arjuna out of friendship, the flowing hair of Lord Krishna turned ashen due to the dust raised by the hoofs of the horses. Because of his labor, beads of sweat wetted his face. All these decorations, intensified by the wounds dealt by the sharp arrows, were enjoyed by him. Let my mind thus go unto Sri Krishna. You know that the same I mentioned in the battlefield. And Bhishma Dev was seeing Krishna such a beautiful form like that. And then Bhishma Dev says that my mind goes to that, attract to that such form of the Supreme Lord. Then further Bhishma Dev says and prays to the Lord. What is happening? This the connection issue. Now we were reading the 33, right? So we go to the
35
now 35, right? Okay, 34. Anybody has it? 35.
I have 35.
Getting something. So Bhishma Dev now praying. Sabadi sagi vajo nismaya madhye Nija prayor balayoradam niveshya Stidavadi parasainya kirakshana Ridvandi partha sage rathir ridir mamastu. Saying that in obedience to the command of his friend. Who is that friend? Arjuna. Arjuna was commanding. Not even sometimes Arjuna was putting his stamp on the shoulder of Krishna. All this Krishna was absorbing and accepting. Lord Krishna entered the arena of the battlefield of Kurukshetra between the soldiers of Arjuna and Duryodhana. And while there he shortened the lifespans of the opposite party by his merciful glance. This was done simply is looking at the enemy. Let my mind fixed upon that Krishna. So devotees, Bhishma Dev is giving this wonderful, the advice. Examples that how one should focus on Krishna, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's forms. And we know that Krishna, now this is, dear devotees, even once you remember the Krishna, the form of Krishna, that's it. Just by remembering once even. The form of Krishna, Krishna would never leave your heart. Because if you are bringing Krishna in your heart, then Krishna would never leave your heart. That's what it is. So, we know that when Krishna was there, everybody, whoever is actually died in the battlefield, all attained the liberation. Because of in the presence of Krishna, when Krishna's presence, one leaves the body, they will attain the Supreme. So that's why many devotees passes what happens. We know that we had a devotee called the Dirgovinda Prabhuji's Mataji. What is the name? I forgot the name. Radhashyam Mataji. Radhashyam Mataji also had this cancer, and she was also at the last stage. And she was also completely unconscious for quite some time, and we were there. And devotees, were around all the time. And then they were singing these glories. And then, just before passing, and there was a beautiful picture kept on the Lord's picture was there on the table. And then, before she passing the body, she just opened the eyes, everybody, and smiled at everybody and looked at the picture of Krishna. And then she left the body. Just a glorious passing that everybody remembers that. This is locked. And this was the, how the devotees gets this passing. We know that Srila Prabhupada was passing. Srila Prabhupada last moment, even just before even leaving the breath, Srila Prabhupada was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam and just speaking and opened the, just worldwide went like that. And this is the case of that the devotees focus and concentrate on Krishna. Lord always promised that, right? Krishna says that Andakale Chamameva Sparam Mukta Kalevaram Sa Prayadi Samadbhavam Sada Tadbhavam Agadaha will come to me. Okay. So then the 36th verse. Vyavahida pratna mukam nirakshya Sojana vahat vadat vimuktasya dosha buddhya Kumadim nahradatma vidyayascha charana ridi paramasya tasya meyastu. When Arjuna was seemingly polluted by ignorance upon observing the soldiers and commanders before him on the battlefield, the Lord eradicated his ignorance by delivering transcendental knowledge. May his lotus feet always remain the object of my attraction. You know that what happened in the battlefield. Krishna drove the chariot in midst of both Kauravas and Pandavas. That's where the beautiful Bhagavad Gita came out from the Supreme Lord. So then the next verse is, Lord says this one. Swanigamam abhyamat pradijjam Pradam adigrudam avapludo ridastaha Ridarida charano abhyaya chaladagur Harir ibahandum ibhagattotrayariha. Fulfilling my vow and sacrificing his own promise, He got down from the chariot, took up its wheel, and ran towards me hurriedly. Just as a lion goes to kill an elephant, he even dropped his outer garments on the way. Krishna would do anything for his devotees. We know that in the Gajendra Moksha, Krishna came, Lord came. Even Garuda, he saw that Garuda is moving very slow. Lord jumped out from the back of Garuda and came immediately. And the speed of a mind, that was. So Krishna would come as soon as we know that. When Krishna is called, Krishna is there. When devotees calls, Krishna is there, devotees. So always remember this, that who is Krishna and how Krishna is always protecting his devotees. Then on the 38, few more. Sita Abhisikta Hado Vishirna Damsaha Shadaja Paripruda Adadayayino me Prasabham Avisharamat Vidhradatham Sabhavadume Bhagavan Gedir Mukundaha. May he, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, he my ultimate destination. On the battlefield he charged me as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. Shield was scattered and his body was made with the blood due to the wounds. This was remembering that what happened to the Lord. So Bhishma Dev saw that this beautiful form of the Supreme Lord. And then further on the 39, and Bhishma Dev says, Vijayrada Kudumba Attatore Hridahaya Rasmini Tat Triyakshaniyen Bhagavadi Ratirastume Mumuksho Yamiha Nrikshaya Hadagada Swarupam. At the moment of the death, let my ultimate attraction to be to Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon the chariot driver of Arjuna, who stood with a whip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original form after death. So everybody attained the Supreme Lord's salvation. And then the next verse, 40. Lalita Gadi Vilasa Valguhasa Pranaya Nirikshana Kalo Tirorumanaha Kradam Anugrutayavatya Unmada Dandadaha Prakritim Agankila Yasya Gopavatvaha. Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna. This should be our prayers every day. And there is this Rupa Goswami says, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So this means that we should always have our mind focused upon Krishna. Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna, whose motions and smiles of love attracted the damsels of Vrajadama, the gopis. The damsels imitated the characteristic movements of the Lord after his disappearance from the Rasa dance. We know that the beautiful pastimes, and tomorrow is Rasa Purnima. You know that what happened. So everybody was with the Lord. Then Krishna just disappeared because of everybody has that, felt that oh, Krishna is now with me. Krishna is now my property, or whatever I say Krishna will do. So this also developed this. So then Krishna just disappeared only with Srimati Radharani. Now after some time what happened? Radharani also felt that oh, Krishna is not with everybody but only with me. Then Radharani told to Krishna, Krishna, can you carry me? Can you hold me? My legs are paining. Can you hold me? Krishna understood. This is what is happening. So Krishna also disappeared from Srimati Radharani. And they were going around, and then one point of time they were going around and searching, and they were pretending like what Krishna was doing. That's what is Bhishma Dev was recollecting and remembering. And one time Krishna also just like stood like a Vishnu, 400 Vishnu form stood there, sat there. So all these gopis were passing, and they saw Vishnu there, right there. He said, no, this is not our Krishna. This is not our Krishna. They just passing, and Krishna was just smiling, Then Krishna came, lost, then dropped all the hands and then two hands and came before them as their original, the Lord. So all these wonderful pastimes, goes on, and this Bhishma Dev was remembering and recollecting all this beautiful, and few more. I will conclude this. So anyway, this is our beautiful auspicious time, few more days of Kartik. Let's utilize this. Yeah. So then the next one, 41. Munigana nrupavariya sangulena sadasi yudhishthira rajasuya yesham arghanam upapeda ikshandyo mama drishti gojara yesha vyatma. At the Rajasuya sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira, there was the greatest assembly of all elite men of the world. The royal and learned elders, and that great assembly, Lord Krishna was worshipped by one and all as the most exalted personality of Godhead. This happened during my presence, and I remembered the incident in order to keep my mind upon the Lord. Prajit, wait, just a few more minutes. Don't be. We'll have the Damodara Ashtaka.
I need to leave, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. It's
Yeah,
getting
for
late.
her.
Okay, so this way, Bhishma Dev was wonderfully glorifying the Lord. And then what happened? After this, Bhishma Dev just left the body and looking at the Lord, staring at the Lord and looking at the Lord. And then there is a beautiful Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that Sudha Goswami was explaining this. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada says that every devotee must leave this body like how Bhishma Dev left this world. So this can be possible. This is possible that one can attain. And this Bhishma Panchak, it took this opportunity that to glorify the Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev was the great devotee of the Lord and attained the Supreme Lord. So thank you, dear devotees, for being. Okay, so I think
You can continue, Prabhuji, that's fine.
it's okay.
I can read.
One more?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then let's finish that Bhishma Stuti. Because we want to be incomplete. Okay. So this is the last one, 42nd. Yes. Tammimam maham ajam sadira bhajam hridi dishtandam atma kalpidanam pradidrisham vivanaiga naigadharam dagaram yekam samadhigado asmi vibhudo bhedamoha. Now I can meditate with the full concentration upon that one Lord, Sri Krishna, now present before me, because now I have transcended the misconceptions of duality in regard to His presence in everyone's heart, even in the hearts of the mental speculators. He is in everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but sun is the one. So Krishna is the one. Krishna is everything. He may see us Vishnu, He may see us, everything is Krishna. We forget that, we miss that part. Then we go here, we go here, we go here, we go here. So it's very important to see that fact. So Bhishma Dev was giving that understanding to us and living that body in such a way that. And then Sudha Goswami was saying that to Sudha Uvacha. Sudha Goswami said, thus Bhishma Dev merged himself in the super soul, in that Supreme Lord. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, with his mind, speech, sight and action, and thus became silent and his breathing stopped. He entered into the Supreme Lord and attained that form. So this was Bhishma Dev was waiting for, and this was the day Bhishma Dev fasted for this. This Panchaka, Bhishma Dev fasted for this. That's also called Bhishma Panchak. And Lord promised to Bhishma Dev, whoever observes, whoever takes, and whoever, follows this on this day, they will attain the Lord. Bhishma Dev, Lord was promised to Bhishma Dev. That's why Bhishma Panchak became so famous, and it's also known as Vishnu Panchak. Whoever observes it, and Lord showers mercy upon them, there is no doubt into that. Lord promised to Bhishma Dev this one. Okay, thank you so much, and it's let's Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Bhishma Dev ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Hare. Okay. So we'll have the Samudra Ashtakam.
Who's singing? I'll sing it. Okay.
Sorry for
No, sorry, Prabhu.
Sorry for,
She has homework, so.
yeah, of course. And,